Hey, it's Mary. Today we are talking about the question of our inquiry. What is true happiness? I know, right? This is a question you can search up online. There are different sources of what is true happiness, so I searched it up. One definition from dictionary.com is 1. The quality or state of being happy, and 2. Good fortune, pleasure, contentment, joy. And then I went to the next definition I could find, and it is in vocabulary.com. Happiness is that feeling that comes over you when you know life is good and you can't help but smile. It's the opposite of sadness. Yes, happiness is the opposite of sadness. But what if you ask different people, different ages, and different parts of their life to ask what true happiness is? What is true happiness?
True happiness to me is just like sitting there and being like, I'm a cool dude, like I've done some cool stuff, just like being happy with yourself.
What makes you happy?
My friends.
Yeah?
Make me really happy.
What is true happiness?
What is?
Yes.
You feel good, I think, like all the time.
And what makes you happy?
What make me happy? My friends, cars, girls, money. I think the people make me happy more than stuff.
What is true happiness?
I don't know, I think true happiness is just like living your life and feeling happy with what you are doing and what like your life has come to, and just having people around you that makes you happy. I don't really know.
What makes you happy?
Probably being with my family and my farm and all the animals on it.
What is true happiness?
It's definitely when you're like with people who are positive surrounding you and like you're with your friends, family.
And what makes you happy?
Definitely being with positive people and my family and like friends and doing things that I love to do, as long as trying new things.
Okay. I'm gonna ask you 2 questions about happiness. Is that okay?
That's great.
What is true happiness?
That's great. What is true happiness? Being comfortable enough with yourself. I think it's being not only content, but having being okay with the direction your life is taking. I think it is. That's a ridiculously hard question. That's great. I think it comes down to you are okay and accepting of who you are, what you are, and what role you have in your world.
What makes you happy?
My family. Actually, the school, being part of such a great community. But yeah, my family, all my kids, and being involved in their life.
Sweet. Okay. What is true happiness?
True happiness is doing something that you love to do every day.
What makes you happy?
What makes me happy is spending time with my friends when we're all doing something that we love to do.
What is true happiness?
True happiness is something I think that comes from within, and it's not something that comes from like an object or some materials. I think it's something that grows from within you, and I think it's like something really great.
What makes you happy?
What makes me happy is being surrounded by people with like a positive attitude, and like that really like builds me up, and like that's like outright just make me feel better.
What is true happiness?
Doing what you enjoy and being with the people you want to be with.
And what makes you happy?
Coming to school every day makes me happy.
That's
I
good.
have lots of fun with students here.
Anything else?
Everybody except her. The rotten kid.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
In the beginning of the project, to truly know what true happiness is, we listed them as a class. There are many different personalities in the room and there are many different choices, but the 2 most common ones were family and friends. And then we were asked what made us happy. So what makes me happy? Long walks at fall, watching leaves of different colors fall down, watching my loved ones smile, playing volleyball, making my mom happy, getting positive feedback, seeing a rainbow on a gloomy day, and reconnecting with my childhood. I searched up, are people happy when they get what they want? I clicked on the first link at the top that caught my eye. You'd think people are exceptionally happy when they get what they want. I mean, that new iPhone X looks great. That is called natural happiness. It is when you get what you want. In The Science of Happiness by Dan Gilbert, in many of the TED Talks we watch, he teaches synthetic happiness on it. Synthetic happiness is not getting what we want, but what we make out of it. Still don't get it? In Dan Gilbert's TED Talk, he takes one photography class and tells them to take photos, and when they come back, to develop 2 of the ones that they like. Then he divides the class into 2, and then he tells them to pick 1 photo out of the 2 that he can put in a gallery and they will never see it again. So these students, they worked hard for the photos that they want, so which one do they want to give and not see ever again? In one half of the class, he tells them they have a week to decide which one they will hand in and never see again, and which one they will keep. And on the other half of the class, they didn't have a choice but to hand it to him right there, right then. I think the people that had more choice to decide which one they want to hand in will be happier. But the thing is, the people that were stuck in the moment, they didn't realize it, but that was synthetic happiness. Being stuck in the moment is synthetic happiness. Being able to work with what you have is synthetic happiness. Next, we move to 15 essential keys to true happiness. Out of the 15 essential keys, Mr. Brown told us to scroll through it and see which ones made us happy. I remember when I was reading through the thread, I can relate to so many of these, such as giving, stillness. As a class, we found another article that was from the same thread at the very bottom. It was called 16 Ways to Create Your Own Happiness. Number 1, you are in charge of your own happiness. Happiness is not in charge of you. Number 2, do not obsess over anything you can't control. Number 3, don't compare yourself to other people. Number 4, reward yourself. Number 5, exercise during the week. Release some GABA. Number 6, don't judge and gossip. Number 7, choose your battles wisely. Number 8, stay true to yourself. Number 9, clear the clutter. Number 10, give someone a helping hand. Number 11, let your strengths flow. Number 12, and this is cliche, smile and laugh more. Number 13, stay away from negative people. Number 14, laugh at yourself. 15, cultivate an attitude for gratitude. And number 16, the best is yet to come. For me, the 16 ways to create your own happiness is much more straightforward. Not like the 15 essential keys to true happiness, because those are like, but 16, I think it's 16? But 16 to create your own happiness is much more reliable for me because it's a to-do list, and for me, my brain works like that. We read The Secret Life of Walter Mitty, and we also watched the movie. Now for me, I had a teacher last year in grade 11, Mrs. Kale. She made us watch the movie and read the story. I had the upper hand to this because I already had the background knowledge to it. But when I read the story again and I rewatched the movie again, it made me see little things that I haven't seen before. Only in the book, you can see that Walter is daydreaming just to escape his boring life where his wife is rude to him. But in the movie, you can see his personality grow and be beautiful. And yeah, the question was, which medium is better that represents Walter Mitty's life? I picked the movie because you can just see his personality grow. You can see him go from this shy office person that works in life to this person who skateboards down a mountain. But what made me happy was the motto in the movie, and that pulls it together. From the evidence I gathered to answer the inquiry question, what is true happiness? I'm not basing this off of a script. True happiness is what you make of it. It is you. It is literally you. You make your happiness. So what is true happiness? It is you. I know it's very cliche, like, oh my gosh, I wanted an explanation to this, but there's no explanation. This is a question that leaves doors open. When I interviewed people, they didn't even know what true happiness was. They just based it off of what they know what happiness is. So what is true happiness? True happiness is you. So what you make of today, what you make of tomorrow, what you made of yesterday, you are in charge of your own path. And I can't say this anymore. I love doing this inquiry because it takes a closer look into everything. Like, I use synthetic happiness for my friend. His name is Nick.
I love my shoes.
You love your shoes?
I love my shoes.
Were you glad that you got them?